Listen, okay, real quick. Today, historically, the Supreme Court rolled back affirmative action on college campuses. This will have ramifications all over the place. We've all been, all of us adults have been thinking about this all of our adult lives, quite naturally. We'll get to that on another day when we have
more to talk about,
more experts and lawyers, and we have a lawyer sitting here, Chris Anderjack, with his son CJ, who'll take us out with the Star Spangled Banner at the end of the show. You're gonna want to see that. He's all grown up now. Little angelic voice back in the day. Come over here, sit on my lap, young man. Show him how you grew up.
No,
he's all grown up now. He's got hair on his legs. It's unbelievable.
No lap sitting.
I hope they watch this show on the college campus, boy. I tell you.
You'll never live it down. Don't do it.
Okay, but listen, affirmative action about lifting boats. I've got some affirmative action for young black children. Tear down the fucking dope house next to the school. Mm-hmm. I went back this weekend, and the faces of the dope fiends were bathed in a warm light on the front porch, given off by a hibachi grill. Swear to God, they were cooking barbecue on the front porch of the rotten house directly across Verona Street from the tidy home of Ken Berman. And across the other street is the Pulaski Elementary School. The junkies were cooking sausages by the smell of it. Now, the abandoned house has become a magnet for suburban drug addicts, a sort of low-level gentrification. All the amenities they need are within walking distance. A gas station to buy hot dogs, and copious dope houses to score cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. The Ghost House across from the elementary school actually belongs to the Detroit Land Bank Authority, which answers to City Hall naturally. The neighbors like Ken and Frankie and Al have been complaining for years about the eyesore. Now it's become a public safety nightmare for the children. The school staff are afraid. The parents are incensed. The junkies not out in the garage sometimes. Sometimes they pull down their pants in front of the school kids. Kenny said the city owns this and they need to do something. Now Kenny's walks around wheezing and toting his oxygen tank. This is what Kenny gets in his later years. He says the city only takes care of its friends and not the people. But I reminded Kenny that the city is a public collective and that there's simply not enough money in the public pot to cure every ill that plagues it. There should be priorities, however. And a dope house next to an elementary school is nothing I have ever seen in America. Not in Oakland, California. Not in East New York, New York. Have you seen that? Have you ever seen a dope house, Walter, in front of an elementary school? Yeah.
No.
Nah. That's Walter, man. That's crazy ass East New York, 1988. Dominican cocaine gangs. Never happened. Does not happen in Chicago, Illinois, and it does not happen in Livonia, Michigan. The children should come first. That's the priority. So why do I keep telling you all? It's doubtful many of you reside on the city's wild east side. I'm reminding you because you pay for this. The federal government has sent at least $1/3 of $1 billion to Detroit to battle its blight problem. To say that the city has mishandled that money is to put it generously. Then there's the humanity of the thing. Consider the school kids. Then think about Ken, and then Frank, and then Al, our fellow citizens. Certainly their lives matter. And that's what this is all about. Fighting City Hall, I've learned, does create hard enemies and stony hearts. So I tried another way. I called the mayor's man last Thursday and detailed the situation about the school kids. And wouldn't you know it?
What happened?
The following day, the police came with a battering ram and breached the door. The junkies, incredibly, had put their own locks on the doors and carried their own keys, no less, and refused to come out. So after beating down the door, the cops gave the unwanted neighbors 20 minutes to get their shit together and get gone. When police kick down a door and run off a mob of human pincushions, you start to believe things can change. Then city workers came and sealed the doors with plywood and heavy bolts. So, get this.
Drum roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. But the junkies came back Saturday night. Couldn't get in. But not wanting to let a pleasant summer evening go unused, they partied in the backyard, hidden by the overgrown trees, using the hibachi for mood lighting. Then Monday morning came, and the contractors for the city came to assess the soundness of the structure. I know. It's a bureaucratic step required before demolition can commence. Now, Kenny wondered how a house with phantom windows, bootleg piping and wiring, and a tree limb snaking below the shingles of the roof might be considered sound. Patience, I advised him. Rome wasn't demolished in a day. Yeah, okay, and then Kenny said, pointing to the copse of mulberry trees that had grown over the sidewalk. But tell the land bank, Kenny says, to at least come over and cut down the trees and mow the grass. I told him I'd ask. So I'm asking. Come cut down the trees so the sidewalk's visible, so the children are safe. And please, tear down the house before school starts. And if you're not going to tear down the house, sell it to me, and I'll tear it down.
That's good, Charlie.
It's not good. I mean, how about some action that's affirmative?
Well, that's a little step. I mean, it's not much. I mean, because the mayor's pushing solar panels to fight blight. That's been the big thing over the past couple days. So I don't get the connection, but
I got one.
What?
How about we give these houses to people who lost houses when all that extra shit was going on?
I'm sorry, because that's dumb. That's more talking bullshit. These houses are fucked. You can't live. They're done. Everybody that bought one of these and tried to fix it up can't fix it up because it. How much does it cost, Bernie? $100,000 to fix up a totally stripped down house? Yeah, at least $100,000. Really? I bought it for $1,000. It's a pipe dream. It's stupid.
Oh, my bad. I stay in the Normandy, so my perspective is all up from there.
Let's build. And again, I mean, how is a solar paneling supposed to stop blight? You know what's cheaper? Hibachi grills. We can create more light quickly if we just give everybody a hibachi grill.
But that was the narrative being pushed the other day. This is going to fight blight. They brought, one of the directors out and talked about how this was going to resolve blight. I didn't get the connection, but that was
more bullshit.
Yeah, that was the talking point of the day.
Bullshit tax reform and solar paneling. And, when you Google this crap and you look year after year, it's the same thing. 10 million over here, 10 million over there. I've been asking for 2 years for this house. 2 years. You want to help a kid? You want to get people out of the cycle of poverty? Mm-hmm. Care about them. Keep them safe. It's easy. This is a no-brainer.
And it's basic stuff. It's not like you're asking for anything above and beyond what should be provided anyway.
Yeah, Chris, 1/3 of $1 billion, dude. Where do you think that came from? That came from the Trouble Asset Relief Program. That was everybody in America chipping in. And where is it?
Speed bumps.